amused her at first to see how far she dared to go. When she reached the old messy scar tissue spanning from her stomach to her abdomen, Maya caught her wrist. The servant swallowed nervously, and her reaction didn't help the exterminator's mood. Maya inhaled the mixture of soap and sweat emanating from the girl's skin. "Can you taste her exquisite nervousness, pretty monster? Can you taste her fear? Ask her to come closer. Ask her to come closer if she dares." Maya silenced the internal voice. "Did your master send you to provide me some entertainment?" she asked instead. Her mouth hung open for a few amusing seconds before anger flared in her eyes as she tugged at her captive wrist. Maya refused to release her. She has some spirit, at least. Besides, refusing a gift from a lord would be rude. "I didn't know exterminators still remembered desire," the girl retorted. Maya inhaled the sour odor of her ill-contained fear. She had, no doubt, been raised on the ridiculous and ill-founded rumor surrounding exterminators. "Of course we do. We're still human, you know. Sometimes even more human than you and your kind." Maya sat up and stared into large brown eyes far too big for the girl's face. "We also have certain needs." Ignoring the ache in the lower half of her body, the exterminator wrapped her arms tightly around the slender frame. "I'll scream," the girl threatened. She put up a good struggle. A little whimper emerged from her small lips when Maya lowered her head to lick the curve of Faith's neck. Maya's teeth traced her skin, and the little sound of protest she made thrilled Maya. The darker half of the exterminator wanted to sink all her teeth until they tore flesh, but it would be painful without careful preparations and without releasing the right pheromones. Perhaps later. She was prey, offered to her in the way primitive villages in the past used to offer young girls to the tiny strangers they thought their gods. "Scream all you want, little bird. You know what I think? I think your master knows the darker side of our needs, and he knows you can accommodate it," Maya whispered in her ear. She shrieked and struggled, but no one came crashing through the door. "Perhaps after he saw how you'd sacrifice your mother without a second thought, he decided he didn't want flighty things like you in his home," Maya said. She closed her eyes in torment for a moment, glad the girl couldn't understand what she was feeling. Gods of Celadon. Her senses sharpened all of a sudden. The urge to press her nose against the girl's cheek and slide it down her slender neck rose. Maya needed to inhale the exquisite smell of sweat, soap, youth, and fear of her prey. Age or gender didn't matter to exterminators. Once the scent of humans had rubbed on them, nothing could stop the primitive animal need threatening to spill out of them. Unfortunate humans who agreed to share their cursed blood and voluntarily made a connection to them became bound to them until their death. Exterminators called these willing humans who offered their flesh and blood and developed a fanatic loyalty to them a variety of degrading terms. Pet, chattel, and meat among the more polite terms. If word of this bonding got out to the general public, they would want all exterminators dead. Why would the Honourable Lord Volvone know of such an insider-exterminator custom? She tightened her grip on the squirming girl, who had stopped screaming. Instead, she cried and begged Maya not to harm her too much. "The woman with me wasn't my mother, but Lady Catherine, Lord Volvone's wife. I had accompanied her to the market when all the auror happened," the girl confessed. Maya let her go with great reluctance, sat back on the edge of the bed and dug her feet into the carpet. The girl drew back, but she didn't run away. She sank onto her knees beside the bed. The sound of her sobs quieting, she stared at the floor. "What's your name?" Maya tried to soften her harsh tone. She fought the urge to drag the frightened girl up, throw her down on the bed, and bite the tender parts of her.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.